Elliot, tell your mum to get down from there immediately. Good morning. Welcome to a rainy, miserable October Friday. However, I'm not at work today, day job wise at least. We have just passed Penistone and we're on our way to see Mr. Martyn Bailey in Sheffield. We've shared a couple of big minimum order quantities for empty cans and Polykegs. So I'm delivering his half to him today, and we're going to go out for a bite to eat. And I want to look at what he's been working on in his brewery startup. Hello, Marley. How are you, mate? If you haven't met Marley before, this is Marley. Marley's Martyn's dog. We have delivered. We've already unloaded. We're both filming at the same time. This is a rare...
Posh camera, shit phone. You did say
Mr. Bailey, two camera for one of the first times ever. You may be more familiar with his sandaled feet. But we've delivered some stuff, which you saw in the back of the car before. So we've got 600 cans and 15 Polykegs, plus the spanner and tools to deal with it. So, which should keep him going for a little while.
To squeeze all this slot into the back of that
There's the glycol chiller over there. If you follow Martyn's channel, you'll have seen him at his wit's end with this for the last few days. But pleased to announce, if you've not seen his video already, that it's now keeping its temperature, courtesy of a very friendly refrigeration engineer nearby who's really helped him out.
Friendly refrigeration engineer and some very useful advice from a few people who left comments, especially Andrew Lynch, whose accent I think I've mastered according to him.
Andrew Lynch's accent from Belfast, that one. He has a voice like
I know what it was.
velvet.
I've just been watching because I follow Big Banana as well.
Yeah.
I've just been watching a couple of his, and I've watched some of Andrew's anyway. So, but yeah. So yes. Anyway, people who watch my channel who don't currently follow Andy's channel are non-existent. But in case you don't, this is Andy. I've got a link to his channel underneath, just in case you don't. I think you've overtaken me on
and maybe a little bit, yeah. And vice versa. If you follow me and you don't follow at Made by Martyn with a Y, I'll put it on the screen. You really should, because what we've got here is an awesome setup, just coming together. So you've not caught him right at the very beginning if you haven't followed along so far, but he's got a combination of brewery kit.
Yeah, not the distillery.
From 2-digit litres up to 500 litres, and all the necessary bits and bobs to get it into cans and kegs. And obviously,
I was going to show you the 500 litre kit, but he's gone home now. So
there you go. So he's getting the kit together and about to start brewing. He was toying with the idea of this weekend for the inaugural brew.
To move this weekend,
but he can't. Are you guarding the beer? He's guarding the beer fridge.
Yeah. Do you notice that bottle?
Oh, the blue. Oh, the Murgy Straight original bottles. Look at that.
The reason that is in there, that is going along with the first can of Vacant Gesture that Chris canned.
Seriously, really
upstairs.
Oh, lovely.
So that's going up with that. One of those tins of Murgy, because that's your first canning of Murgy, isn't it?
Moston, yeah.
Moston.
Yeah.
So one of those will go in as well. I've also got one of the first proof of concept that Chris canned. So
a little bit of history. One day you'll get really drunk one night and think, I'll just open those now.
Yeah.
This is a shed and a half, honestly. Everywhere you look is like interesting stuff.
There's a lot of space here earlier that you've now filled.
Yeah. We've filled it with containers now.
If we had a unit this size, it would be perfect.
This would be perfect for us size-wise, yeah, it would. It would. It's the first time that Elliot has met Martyn Elliot Martyn.
Elliot doesn't eat salad.
And we could barely fit Elliot in the truck with all this stuff that we brought up, honestly. So, yeah, Elliot doesn't eat salad. So we better hit the road. We have a meeting with Liam from Sunbear and Steve from Tay Brew Co. and another guy that's coming up from Birmingham. I'm not quite sure who he is, but we'll find out in a minute. So we're going to hit the road. Got a couple of hours to get back, but we are fully Our bellies are full. We've just been to the rhubarb shed with Mr. Martyn Bailey, Dr. Martyn Bailey, Professor Martyn Bailey, even. And
I don't use professor anymore. That's an appointment, not a qualification.
Doctor then, Dr. Martyn Bailey. And he's taken us to, a great little place where we had open sandwiches and a couple of glasses of Pepsi Max. Honest, no beer. Right, we are back from Sheffield. That is my Polykegs up there, stacked up, so we'll get those filled up pretty soon. We have just been to the Newton Brewery Inn and had a beer. Mr. Stephen Taylor from Tay Brew Co. You tell I've had a beer, can't you? Tay Brew Co.
I do.
Sam from
Kin Nano Brew.
Kin Nano Brew, which I can never remember, and Liam from
Sunday Brewing, that's the one.
On the Wirral.
On the Wirral.
The Wirral. Not Wirral. The Wirral. Got it.
Yeah.
So they just had a little tour around, and now they're off to the White Bear to see Paul and the team for another couple of beverages.
Yeah.
I may join them, however, I think Sarah's going to give me some abuse unless I turn up and cook some dinner, so we're going to do that. But tomorrow, water's on, 31 degrees right now, we're aiming for 75. We're doing the Cross Stout tomorrow. Got all the ingredients ready, but not in the tank. Get that filled up in the morning. And that is going to go into the middle fermenter, fermenter 2, ready for canning in time for Christmas. So I will see you in a few moments. Good afternoon. Elliot is giving the boxes from the farm a little rinse down before we fill them with the grain. He's done a few already actually. We are brewing Cross Stout. Got about 700 litres in the copper at the moment, and we're now at a boil, 102. As you can see, no steam at all. The steam condenser's doing its thing. Seems to be working, which is good. This is what's left in the mash tun, and we're filling these boxes. As you can see, one there, there's a couple outside as well. You'll see here, I am just fiddling with some stuff and OBS I've got on the laptop, and I've forgotten some little USB hubs, but I'm planning to have a little test again. Maybe live, maybe not, don't know. Probably tomorrow when we're canning. I shall try and set up this and see if we can do a live stream really. More to prepare for the future opportunity of getting some cameras in here while we're doing stuff live for you lot. So if you do see it flick up tomorrow, don't be surprised if it's only a quick 5-minute fiddle. And it's only 2:30, so we're making great time today. Great time. Couple of boxes there ready to go out. That is all of the can stock that we have left, just sat there at the moment, just doing a quick count up. But we do have in the cold room, I think, Murgy Straight and Get Locky, I think, ready to be canned tomorrow. Oh, actually as well, I forgot to tell you, when I was at Martyn's yesterday, he's swapped me this heat exchanger for mine, which mine's still on the wall, so I'm going to get this one taken apart, make sure it's all nice and clean inside, take mine down, put this one up, and then take my old one back across to his. So very generous, thank you Martyn, I appreciate it. But that should allow us to cool down a heck of a lot quicker than we are at the moment. Fingers crossed anyway. Subject to water pressure, that's the only problem. But we'll see. So don't know when I'm going to pull that to bits, when I've got time I suppose. A few little stickers people have sent me, thank you. Mark, Pat, Queer Brewing. I was given that at Manchester Craft Beer Festival. And of course Billy. You've been repositioned from over there onto here. Because the fridge door's kind of full now over there, so we'll stick them where we can stick them. But yeah, thanks for the stickers guys, I appreciate it. He's a good lad. Cheeky McDonald's for lunch. Oh, I didn't realise how hungry I was. I didn't think I was hungry before because I was stressing a bit about hitting this number again. And it appeared to be way over again. However, now it's in the tank and actually transferring right now. We're done. It actually is spot on where I wanted it. I've actually marked the tank properly now, starting from there, which is actually 60 litres off the top where the drain is. So my 1,000 litre tank's actually 940, and I've marked it in 20 litre increments all the way down. So if I follow the recipe and not the spot checks with the refractometer, which clearly in this tank is massively variable. When I was pumping earlier from the bottom to the top, I was getting a difference of 80 gravity points. So 1080 was the gravity at the bottom as it was pulling it up to the top, and 1040 at the top. So I just can't trust it. So I'm just going to trust the recipes. I know they work. With this one, it's just basically an exact doubling of all the ingredients in the water for the standard recipe that I used to use on the smaller kit. So I used exactly the same amount of water as I have previously, times 2. Surprise, surprise, regardless of what the refractometer said, we're absolutely spot on. So we'll get that transferred into that tank, get the yeast in, quick tidy up, go home. And then I'm back tomorrow to do some canning, which, as I said before, I might try and live stream a bit. So if you're around and you see it, pop into the chat and say hello. I will see you tomorrow, possibly.